All right, hello and welcome to another edition of Cooking with the Coastie. My name is CS1 Kevin Frasier. I'm stationed here at Tracy Petaluma. I'm an A school instructor, and today we're going to be teaching you how to make Cajun crab cakes. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. First off, we have some finely minced peppers, onions, and celery that we put into a food processor, whisk it all around to get it really finely minced. We're going to put that into your saute pan first, and we'll get that cooked off, and then we'll combine all your other ingredients. Saute pan, we're going to get this up to about a medium to high temp. Main point of this is just to cook all the liquid portions out of your vegetable content, get it really dry so it's going into your crab cakes as a really dry ingredient. So we'll let this get up to temp and we'll add it to your pan. Just want to move it around really good, make sure you're getting all the water released from your vegetables. Again, you don't want to carry that into your crab cake mixture. See a lot of that liquid coming out of your vegetables there. Alright, once I can tell that this is starting to get pretty dry, I don't want it to brown, so before it does, I'm going to go ahead and add in some of my Cajun seasoning. Mix that in with your vegetables as well. Just go in and have a unique flavor on their own with the Cajun seasoning instead of just a raw vegetable taste. They really be cooked into your vegetables. So I'm going to shut off my heat. Again, you're not looking for this to brown, just looking for it to get really dry. You can tell there's really no liquid left, so we're going to pull this back out. You can use the same bowl that you went in from. Okay. Once you get that done, you're going to want to wipe out your pan. Some paper towels, just make sure it's really dry before you come back to return your crab cakes to it. And you'll just set that aside. Alright, so once you're back to your cutting board area, you're using the cutting board as kind of a prep table, where you're not using it on an exposed surface. You just need a regular size mixing bowl, depending on the portion size that you're going to be using. You're going to go ahead and get this spoon into here, mix in your breadcrumbs as well. I like to use my hands opposed to using a spatula. You can use any type of cooking utensil you want. It just really works better to get in there with your hands to combine all the ingredients up. Get your vegetables nice and combined. Go ahead and add in some of your liquid product. We got 1 egg here. Got a teaspoon of salt. And the rest of your Cajun seasoning, which we started off with 1 tablespoon, so this is the rest of that. Mix that in as well. And add in some of your crab. We're starting off with 1 pound of crab. I'm going to start off with about half of this, make sure it blends very well, and then we'll add in the rest. You can use any kind of crab that you come across in your local supermarket or vendor. This is canned crab itself. A lot of different variations. This particular item goes well as an appetizer, or you can make it into a main dish, depending on how it's prepared. So once you can tell, you got kind of a wet mixture. It's combining pretty well, kind of packing in. That's what you're looking for. Make sure all your crab gets really combined. We're going to go with that, so let's reserve the rest of that. And with your leftover portion, sometimes a pound is a little more than you need, so you can come back and you can mix in a second batch. This will be plenty for making 4 to 5 portions that we're going to make today. So once you've got your mixture completely mixed together, it's packed in really tight, just get yourself a ice cream scoop. You can use any size you want. You can use an appetizer size. The smaller you go, the smaller your portion is going to be. I've got a 2.5 ounce scoop here. Number 12 scoops, so we're going to use that one. Get it in there, pack it in really tight. Let it form a nice ball. kind of like forming a hamburger patty. You're looking for whatever shape you put in is what you're going to get out. So I like to do maybe 4, depending on the size of your saute pan. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. Make sure you got plenty of spacing. So we're going to do 4. Start off with that, and then we'll come back and do the rest. All right, so you have your formed patties. At this point, you're going to want to go back to the same saute pan that you used for your vegetables. You'll get that to a medium to high heat, and then you'll begin your pan frying of the crab cakes. All right, so we're back at the saute pan. I've got a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter. You're going to combine both of those into your pan. Let that coat the bottom of your pan really well before you put your crab cakes in. Again, medium to high heat. You don't want your heat too high. You don't want to scorch the bottom of your crab cakes. We're going to go for about 3 minutes on each side. Once your pan starts to sizzle, you can hear the butter starting to sizzle. You're going to want to slide your crab cakes in. I'll heat up just a little bit here. Let it just cook through. So this is the finished product. Once it's done roughly 3 minutes on each side, you can transfer that right to your serving pan. Okay, so here you have your finished product. We got our crab cakes. We went ahead and garnished these with a few lemon wedges and some fresh dill, as well as a homemade Remoulade sauce, which is really easy to make. It's great for garnish. Goes great. It really accompanies the crab cakes. So this is your finished product. Again, you can change the portion sizes. They can be smaller, they can be larger. This is pretty standard. You can use these for serving your crew on Friday, or you can do it for any type of special occasion, a special event you might have. So cut into those. Flakes apart there. But it should stay together. That egg should help bind it together with your mixture. There you have it, Cajun crab cakes.